Hey guys, welcome to KB Tutorials. So in this tutorial, we are going to see how we can develop a REST call with Spring Boot, and we are going to see how we can display those results into the web page using Angularjs. So for this, we are going to do it from the scratch. So what are the steps we need to do is steps to produce the REST call. Okay, REST call with the Spring Boot. Then we are going to use HTTP client module in AngularJS so that we are going to consume the REST call that we have produced and display that in our application. Okay, so for that I have opened my HTS here and we are going to create a new project. Let me take a Spring Starter project here, and the name is something like get uh, call demo, something like this. Okay, so the libraries that I am going to use are Spring Web, Spring Boot, Dev Tools, and Spring Web Services. Okay, these are the basic things that we are going to use, and I click on the finish. Okay, so as I said here, the thing is I am going to develop this REST call, guys, which will have the information of the books like book id, book name, and number of pages presented. This REST call we are going to develop, then we'll consume that. So as you can see here, our is get call demo, because we are going to do one plain REST call which is a get type. Okay, so is here you could see in the demo we have this main. Okay, let me close all the things here. So simply we have this get call demo. Here we have the main. Okay, then what I'll do is I'll take one more package for our Pojo class. Okay, so this something like entities. I'll take entities, and sorry, it's not, it should be package, right? So let me delete this. New package here should be like entities, and I'll take one more package for the get call, that is a controller package I'm going to take. So simply I'll use something like this. So these two packages I have. In the entities, I'm going to take a class called book, and here I'm going to define what are the parameters it needs to have. Private, so book ID, I'll take something like book ID. Then private string, something like book name, I'll take. Then private string book author we can take. Then number of pages in a book, something like that we can take. Private int book pages, like this. Okay, then what I'll do is I'll generate my setters and getters here. So source, and if you see, generate getters and setters, select all, click on generate. This is done. Then I need to generate my constructors here. So go to the source, and if you see here, generate constructor using the fields, I have selected all and I have clicked on the generate. Then a small toString class also, toString method also I want to generate. Okay, so in case I want to display it on the console, I needed this. So click on the generate. This is done, right? Then in my controller I'm going to select class called REST app controller. Like that, I have taken a class here. Since it is a REST controller, I need to import my controller here. REST controller, and controller should come. Just click on the save. Now you could see we got it. Then I need a get method here. So get mapping, and name it should have is something like this: find all. Find all. Okay, and here it is going to return me the list of books. So something like get books I'll take. Okay, this, let me import my get mapping here. Then list, then my book, which is in entities package. Now I'm returning some list of values here. So for that, I'm taking stream of class here, stream of here, new book. So if you can see here, I'm invoking this constructor, right? Having book id, book name, book author, and number of pages. Something like book id as 101 and book name as, let me take two states. Okay, two states. The author is Chetan Bhagat, and imagine number of pages as 200, right? In a similar way, let me add one more, something like new book, and book id, let's say like 102, and book name is, one second guys. Yeah guys, so let me take next book name, something like The White Tiger by Arvind Adiga. So Arvind Adiga, and the number of pages, let's say as 400. Okay, then here what we are doing is we are going to collect them to the collector. Let me put everything here in the next line. Yeah, so collect them, collector dot to list, collector dot to list, right? That's it. So let me try to import my collector here. Okay, so to list is not the method. Let's see where we went wrong. New book and stream of collect, collector dot to list. So what it is having, dot, okay, dot to list. Let me try to remove this and see what is the suggestions it is giving. Yeah, just a minute, let's see the code. Yeah, it is not collector guys, it is a collectors dot to list. Okay, this should be fine. Now let me remove the one which we are not using, the library. Okay, then what we can do is we can simply run this. Let me close the one which is already running. Now let me run this as a Spring Boot app. Now you could see it is up and running, and it at the port 8080, right? So if I use something like this, I found some issue here. Let's see what is the issue. Find all localhost 8080 and my get method is find all. Get mapping localhost 8080 find all. What is the issue? Yeah, so we don't need this name. Now you could see we are getting these two values here. Okay, now as you can see here, steps to produce a Spring Boot app is done using the REST call. As you can see the get method here. Okay, get mapping. Then we need to use the HTTP client module in our AngularJs. So for that, let me create one AngularJs project. Okay, so here simply go to the terminal once, new terminal. Okay, now create Angular ng, create project name as rest consume, something like this. Now, yeah, sorry, it should be like ng new and name as rest consume. Now it is asking for, I'll give something like no. And would you like to have a Angular routing? As of now, no. And I'll select CSS here. As you can see, it is started. It started downloading all the packages. It might take some time. Okay, so what have we done? Using ng new app name, we have created the Angular project, right? Now, in order to use the REST call that we have provided here, I'll create one component. I know we have app component, but I want to create one custom component so that whenever there is a new call will come, it is very easy to handle. For different call, different components would be a nice idea. Okay, so still there. So once we create that component, what we can do is we can download our HTTP module. That means we can import our HTTP modules, right? So this also we are going to see here. So let it download the project here. That means it is creating or it is downloading all the libraries and setting up our project. So if you see here, wish to consume, this is our project guys, and it is still downloading. And if you see in src, we have app as our base component. Here as I said, I want to have http module. So for that I can simply go to the uh, this one, app module.ts. Yeah, app module.ts. I can go here and I can search for my HTTP component here, HTTP import. Still it is downloading. In the meantime, what we can do is HTTP client angle module Angular import. We go to this site. And we going to use this one guys, HTTP client. So still downloading, so it might take some time, so let's wait for it to get downloaded. So I'll pause the video and yeah guys, so now you could see our project has been created and it downloaded all the uh, necessary modules here. Okay, so in the node underscore module you could see all the modules here. This is my component section. I have app component. As I said, what we are going to do is we are going to create a one more component here. So get into the project, then ng here, to create a project, sorry, to generate a component, ng generate component. Let's say like ours is books, right? So let's say like book component. So let's say as a book here, or else let me keep it as book component. That would be good. Book component, and here it is privacy policy. Let me keep it as y. Now you could see our book component is created. So overall 4 files got created and one more file got updated here. Okay, then what we can do is go to the app modules here, and so this is my component which is got added. As you can see, I need to download my library, so I'll just give this, and in my imports I can declare this one. That's it. Let me save this, and I have to inject my library in the my books component. So for that I'll do is books component like this here. Okay, so here I'll take private http of http client object. Okay, that object I'm going to use it here, http dot uh, http dot get method, and what is the url I have. This is a url I have, so this is a find all. This is a url I have, and this is my url. This one I am going to put in, let's say like res, and I am going to do asynchronous binding here using this. Okay, now I know that it is going to return me the books type, so let me take something like book type of any here. Okay, any, this should be fine. Then here we can simply use res, uh, sorry, this dot uh, subscribe I have used. So this dot book is equal to this dot, sorry, this dot data. Just a minute guys. So in my asynchronous binding I'm going to do something like this. Data I'm going to put in my books. So book, this should work guys. Okay, then I have my component created here, and this is my selector, right? So what I need to do in my app module, I need to put that here. So let me do something like this, resource, yeah. So here I am going to put that selector as a tag so that my component will come here. Okay, this is fine. Now let me run this ng serve hyphen hyphen open. Here let it run. So if you see here, we have just added the call, but we have not displayed anywhere else. So here, big book component, this part I need to display, right? So what they are saying is 4200 already is in use. Would you like to have a different port? As of now, I'll terminate this and I'll try to develop this part, which is my front end part. So I want to display in my HTML table format. So for that I have copied this code. Okay, and in the books component dot html, I'm simply going to paste that. Simply paste this, and what you can do, these are the headers, these are the values. Okay, and first row I'll try to configure from there. So you know that there are four values going to come: book ID, book name, author, and book pages, right? So let me use something like book table, books table here, and ID, name, author, and one more table header I am going to take is the pages, right? Then in my table rows, simply use ng for, because I have the list of objects here. Okay, so ng for, simply let in the books section, if you see here, um, where is that? So in the book component dot ts, I have books here, and this is in this object, right? So it is have list of books, so I simply need to use that. So book of books, because this is of, okay, this is, let me take it as books here. So I can simply use that here, books, book of books. Okay, then using data injection, sorry, dependency injection, I'll simply get that data here. Simply use my book dot id, which is part of my response. So you have to copy this guys, or else it won't work. Book.id. In a similar way, what we can do book name, book author, and one more I'll take something like book pages. Okay, so book name, I have it here, and I'll keep it here. Then book author, I have given the wrong name, that's okay, and book pages. Okay, this works. Let me close this and open, because the port is already is in use. That means somehow the Angular application is working. So I don't want that discrepancy here. So simply opened it and I'm running now. Okay. So here I have the terminal. Get into the project, rest consume, then ng serve hyphen hyphen open. Okay, okay, so in my book component it is running, it will run guys. So now you could see I have this call, right? So this is up and running here. So that rest call it is going to use in my Angular, and it should run. So it will take some time, so let it uh, take that time. So let me pause the video or else yeah, it is started, so no need. I think it might take some time, guys, so let me pause the video. Yeah, now you could see it is still compiling. Let it compile. Now you could see it is generating the build. Now compile successfully. This is my application, guys. Let me put inspect here. Now you could see we have not got any data. If you see in the console, if you see here, access to the HTTP request is been blocked because of CORS policy. Okay, so if you just type that in the Google, you come back here. So what they are saying is, you in your Spring Boot, you just add this tag cross origin. Okay, so that it will give the access. So what I'll do is, here in my get method, on top of my get method, let me do this and let me save it. Now you could see my Spring Boot is restarting now. Okay, and I need to import my cross origin. Now you could see it is started. Now if you see here, if I restart this, you could see two pages. We got it, two records, one for the book name Chetan, other for the book name the white tiger. Book name the Chetan Bhagat and the white tiger. Okay, so this is how we can develop our REST call with the help of Spring Boot REST controller, and we can consume that in our in our Angular project with the help of HTTP module. I hope it's informative for you guys. If you have any doubt, do let me know in a comment section so that I can help you more on this topic. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you, and do subscribe to my channel, guys. Thank you.